Hi everyone, it's Kelly from the Hub. I am here today with Steph. She is a clinical dietitian and works on the diabetes education group at WellSpan. Hello there, how are you?
Good. I'm good.
Good. So last week we talked about healthy eating and changing your plate and making things work, and let's say I was moderately successful most of the time and not successful a couple of times, but it's small changes, right? You said small changes.
Yes, small changes add up to a big difference over time.
All right, small changes. So today we're going to talk about healthy meal planning. This is one of those things that I thought, duh, who doesn't do this? And then I went, oh wait, I'm not sure I do this all the time. So let's talk about what that is. What do you consider, like what are the components of healthy meal planning?
When I talk about healthy meal planning, it's making a list to go to the grocery store. It would also be kind of thinking through your week, what days do I have more time to cook, and then making a plan based off of that. And kind of then you make your grocery list and then you actually go to the grocery store. So it includes like thinking through your menu for the week, making a grocery list, and then actually doing the shopping.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate with you. Why does that matter?
So we call it environmental control. So it's kind of helping you to control the food that you have in your environment. And that starts with a list before you go to the store. So you're not wandering the whole store thinking, oh, what do I need this week? Picking up random items. So the meal planning is really the beginning of healthy eating as far as having a plan and kind of helping you to stick through it and just making healthier choices. Because if the chips are in the house and you're hungry for them at 10 p.m., you're probably going to go down and get them. If they're not in the house, you're probably not getting redressed and going out to Turkey Hill to buy some chips. So that's where the environmental control starts, is with the meal plan in the grocery store.
And I'm quite sure all of us have done the go to the grocery store hungry and then just buy all the food. And then when you get home, you realize that a chunk of that food was really snacks, and not the good kind. Yeah. Okay. So I should plan my menu first and be thoughtful about making and thinking about my plate looks like to make sure that it follows those guidelines. So that means I'm buying all the vegetables because I got to do a half a plate every time.
Yes. So just kind of thinking through, I like to look at my calendar for the week and see what nights do I have more time to cook, and then kind of planning around that. If it's a day where I'm working all day, I like to use my crock pot a lot. So kind of thinking through what kind of crock pot meals can I do that'll be ready when I get home. I also like to plan for leftovers. So I might make a big casserole one night and then I can have leftovers, 2 nights later, so that we're not having to cook every night, especially if we're really busy going to different activities. There's not really much to go to right now, so that makes it a little easier. But, when we're busy going to sports or going to events at night, it makes it a little more difficult. So just kind of planning ahead, looking at the week, and then kind of making a menu off of that. I don't stick to it 100%. I'll switch it around, but it doesn't take me long once you get used to doing it, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, just, looking through your week, seeing what do I have time for? What can I make that week? So
I think that also will help people avoid buying things that they don't end up using. And I guess I was thinking about it in terms of waste, like the broccoli that's in my refrigerator right now. I bought that because it looked good at the store, but I didn't plan anything around it. And so now I just have broccoli. And, I suppose that could be dinner, but I haven't really planned it. And so you're right. Having a better plan will mean that I'm gonna throw away less as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just helps you to have more balanced meals, and it also helps you to get that variety too, so you're not always eating the same things every week. Yeah, it's just a helpful way to do it. I just use one of those little dollar store tablets that you can stick on your fridge, the magnets. And my family knows if we're running out of something or we ran out, they put it on the list. And then on the back of that list, I write the menu for the week. So it's usually just suppers. I just make sure that I have the food for breakfast and lunches. But and then the list is what I shop from. If you're going around the grocery store without a list, there's a lot of foods that look good. So it makes it really tempting. You don't know what you need. And like you said, there's a lot of waste then because you're buying things that you already have at home and you don't necessarily need them that week. So it does make a difference in money and also just healthy eating.
I have to say, grocery shopping has always been my favorite chore, as an adult. Um, I I could I could throw the vacuum cleaner down the steps. I'm okay with that. I'll find somebody else to vacuum. But I think going to the grocery store is lovely. And now it's a little more complicated.
Yes.
And probably like lots of people who are also watching, I've done online grocery shopping with, pluses and minuses, depending on how you sort of do it. And I have found when I do online grocery shopping, I'm much more organized.
Yes.
There's no aisles.
Correct. I haven't done it yet, but I've had people tell me they save money. Just because you're not tempted to buy extra stuff that you don't need. They've done studies upon studies on how to get you to buy more in the grocery store. It's not just set up to look pretty. They're marketing to you. So if you go in there hungry, you go in stressed with little time, you don't have a list, it's really easy to overbuy. I found myself during this whole pandemic, a couple times I went and I was like, oh no, they're running out of whatever. And then you buy a lot and I didn't really need it. So we have big bags of rice and, things that we're going to use up, but it's just, it markets to you. So the list makes a big difference. The online is a great option, especially during this time. If you don't want to go to the store, that's a great way to make a list. You put it on there and you get your food. So.
Right. If you wanted to buy 17 snack things, you realize quickly in your online shopping that, wow, I just did a terrible thing. But when you're at the store, you can throw 100 boxes of something in your cart and don't even think about it.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
I have to say, when you're planning, it does really, I think that it's interesting you talked about variety. Taco Tuesday is a mainstay at our house, and so that one's going to stay. But I have to say, I do mix it up on a regular basis. It's not just tacos; it's that sort of theme. But you're right. So planning ahead can also help get your variety in.
Yes. So you don't always want to have chicken every night or have, hamburger every night. So it does help you to kind of think through. The other way to save money is to look at the grocery store flyers ahead of time and kind of plan your meals around what's on sale that week. So I've done that already where I make the plan and then it changes when I get to the grocery store because I see what's on sale. So then I end up buying, the meat that's on sale versus what I had planned. So, the grocery store flyers are a great way to start what's on sale, plan the meals around that. That'll help save money too.
So what do you do if you're not good at this?
So
you really got this down pat, and I'm pretty good at this, but what do you do if this is really not your jam?
I would just start small, just try it for 1 week and see how it goes. Or maybe just plan 4 meals out of the 7. There's always room for, like I said, if something changes, I don't get the crock pot meal. I'm not a morning person. I don't get it in the morning. I usually have a backup there that I can make quickly. So it's not perfect. It's not ever going to be perfect. So just give yourself that leeway that, I make a plan, it might change. And just really, it doesn't take me long. I'm not super good at planning the rest of my life. For some reason, my mom always did this. We always had the menu on the fridge, and I just picked it up from her. So just, it's just a habit that I got into. If I don't have a grocery list, I actually feel stressed at the grocery store because I have no idea what I'm buying. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm going to have the food for the week. So that's where I go with that. And I'm like you, I don't like grocery shopping. So the less I can go, the better. So if I make a list, I know I probably only have to go once a week versus, oh, I forgot something. Now I have to run back again.
This has really been helpful. I know that change is hard no matter who you are and where you are and all that stuff. But you're right, little tiny steps make a difference. And you've said this several times to me already. Small changes make a big difference in the long run.
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
That's wonderful. All right. We're getting on our healthy meal. Next week, we're going to talk about something else very exciting. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be, but I know it'll be good and we'll learn stuff. So, Steph, as always, it's so wonderful to talk to all of our friends at WellSpan. You guys do such a good job in so many ways. So thank you very much.
You're
See ya.
welcome.
See you
See you
next week.
week.